All right, beautiful people. Welcome back to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our life life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. And for the first time in 2021, I have with me the surprised, the beautiful, the smiling, the curl-rific potluck CEO queen herself. Talk to
The girl's holding on by a thread, let me tell you.
him.
What's up, party people? My name is Sinclair, aka
The
the
health
Health
nerd.
Nerd. And yes, excited to be here in 2021. I for real cannot believe that we are already in
All right.
2021.
It did kind of just like Zoom, and it was like 2021. Literally Zoom because we've been on Zoom
Literally.
all life. But yeah,
2020 happened on Zoom.
it did. Fact. Shout out to Zoom technology. Shout out to Google Meet, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Without you, 2020 would be very lonely.
Would have been rough.
Look. But yeah, happy new year to you. Let us know what your goals are, what your resolutions are, what your plans are in the comments if you care to share. We would definitely love to see how the True Health Forever community platform can help you with your goals, specifically obviously with anything health related. Like, come on, tap in. We
Holistic,
got you.
right?
Come
You're
through.
talking holistic too.
Yeah.
You're trying to decrease your stress. That still helps.
That's still health. You're trying to increase your pocketbook. You know what I'm saying? That's still economic health. So anyway, tap into us. Let us know. But let's do a quick little tap in. Hey,
Sorry.
she's a dancer. She can't help it,
I
y'all.
really can't.
So let's do a quick kind of. I don't know how quick this one's gonna be.
The check-in.
Yeah, the quick check in on the week, and then what we're gonna do is go over the under construction retreat. Which, if you listen to the podcast, episode 20, we went over the concept of under construction, and during the podcast episode, we were like, "Huh, maybe we should try to actually host a retreat and actually do it in person, live." And we're like, "You know what? We'll think about it." But we actually did it, y'all. So we'll go a little bit on like how that went, and then also we're going to do the Daniel fast starting tomorrow. So we're also getting into that. So stay tuned if you're interested in the under construction retreat. If you're interested in what the Daniel fast is and different recipes, definitely hold on tight because we're going to talk about it very soon. But first, let's get into our weekly recap. Queen.
I'm feeling pretty darn good.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That's good.
I feel like after vacation, I'm always
Mm-hmm.
refreshed a little bit. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like especially because this wasn't just a vacation like away from, from 9 to 5 work or,
Mm-hmm.
chores and things like that. But it was, I feel like because we did do a lot of reflection, a lot of planning for 2021,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it makes even more so. I feel like with the start of the new year, I feel like it is even more so just like almost like a rebirth afterwards. Like,
Coming out your cocoon.
yes, like
Stronger, better, faster. One of her goals this year is to become a ninja. Just so y'all know, I'm very excited to see the transformation.
yeah, so me too. But yeah, overall just feeling very pumped up, very excited.
Mm,
I feel like it did give, because we have so many things going on in our normal life, it did just really give the time to just like slow down.
mm,
And like we didn't really have too many things on the agenda for each day, so it was really nice to kind of just slow down and really just think about like, okay, so what is this year about to look like? Like,
mm,
all right, so literally like on the drive back, like using that time to be productive. Like, all right,
mm,
Mondays we doing this, Tuesdays we doing this, Wednesdays. So kind of just setting aside that schedule, which is something that I wanted to get better at this year, was time management.
mm.
Um, so yeah, I feel like overall I'm feeling pretty good. My
Yes.
vibrations are good. I'm excited, a little bit like anxious, nervous for the Daniel fast.
Hmm.
But more excited just because I know we're about to be feeling amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So for me, everything the Queen said, shout out to Daniel and Megan. So we did just go up to Lake Tahoe, and we didn't expect them to drive the whole way, but they just drove.
Bless
And I
y'all.
was like, all
Bless
right,
y'all.
I'm just gonna sit back here. I was even sleeping at time just in case they're like, all right, Devon, we're gonna switch, you go drive now. I wanted to make sure I had energy, so I
Right.
took a nap and I woke up. It was like, oh, you still driving? All right. Sure. So shout out to Daniel Megan for driving. Shout out to Denzel, TC, Ryan for coming with us on the under construction retreat. It was definitely one of the fun ones. I think, usually we like to travel internationally to get a little bit of different culture. But I think obviously COVID we couldn't do that. But traveling to Tahoe, getting the snow culture, being in our little cabin with our squad, it was fun. Yeah, definitely some legendary moments that we're not going to share on the podcast, but some for
Had to
sure
be there.
fun and legendary moments come next year.
Mhm.
All right. You ready to do a podcast? Ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. Still hitting the wall in 2021.
We're bringing it over.
Yeah, you got to carry some traditions over. Obviously, there's a lot of things we want to stay in 2020. You can stay right there, and don't you ever come into the future.
Lock the key.
Right. Ooh, and swallow the key. Yes, but there's some things that we do want to definitely keep going into 2021. Do you want to start off with under construction, or do you want to start off? Oh, yeah, that was we had not. All right. So under construction retreat. And again, if you didn't listen to the full podcast, episode 20, definitely go back and listen to it. But the overall kind of theme or goal of it was if you look at yourself as a castle, as a grand mansion, as a temple. That's what we talked about. Good job, Queen. Okay. If you look at yourself as a temple, you obviously need to construct that temple. You need to renovate that temple. You need to make sure you maintain it and all that good stuff. So we go through the 4 steps on creating or renovating your temple. The first one is to self-assess yourself, right? So find out what your love languages are. Why am I talking from like I don't have a whole booklet? So what am I doing? So we did create a nice under construction Truvel Forever booklet. The Queen thinks that we should make this available online for free. I am somewhat in support.
I said online.
I'll just put it
I'm always
online.
an advocate. You would charge $1 or $2. Go.
$1 or $2. All right. So this is going to be available on the True Health Forever website. True Health, the number 4 ever. Go ahead and check it out. We'll probably leave a link below for the download as well. But it goes through first. Step 0 is making your commitment, right? So it's just really putting your name, putting today's date, and saying that you do commit to doing this work. Y'all be surprised at like how one, it's a little bit of like, oh, dude, do I want to sign it? Even though it's just with yourself.
Right.
It's like,
there's literally no signature. Right. It's not a contract, but it's just like,
Right. But because you're writing it down, it makes it that much more serious to you. And the likelihood of you accomplishing the goals that you write in here are now increased.
I feel like because the other side of it, sorry to bring it this way, but it's like, if for some reason you don't stick to what you're saying, it's like the fact that you wrote yes there but you didn't stick to it, it's like, dang, I failed myself.
Exactly. You don't want to fail yourself. So keep it realistic. Do goals that you think are possible for yourself, but go ahead and commit. Put the yes, hopefully no peer pressure, but put the yes on there. We go through a pre-check-in, which is basically just trying to figure out how you feel before completing this process, what words you use to describe yourself. I'm not going to give you all the goods. Go to the website, download it. But that's basically the little pre-check-in. And then step 1 is self-assessing yourself. And this, I think, was the most, not fun is a strong word, but it was the most enlightening that we did with the group. Because me and the Queen have done love languages before together. So, your love language wasn't a surprise. But it was cool to hear, Megan, Daniel, Denzel, Ryan. It was cool to be able to see their love languages and be able to have like a cool discussion about it, especially as Black men. I feel like that's never ever on the list
on the hike. Y'all didn't talk about your love languages.
We definitely didn't. No, we definitely didn't. So I think it's interesting to know my fellow friend, my fellow kings, their love languages. That way also as a friend, if I want to make sure I'm showing love, boom, it's all good. Yep. So yeah, that was really good. And then another one that we did was the social styles test, so figuring out what type of person you are. Are you a
analytical?
Are you apparently, according to this test, I was a driver, even though usually I'm a, what's it called? Expressive person. But I think I'm a hybrid in 2021, I'm a different beast this year.
Mind you, these words that I'm using, there's a million different kind of ways that you can do the social styles. This is kind of a simplified one. There is like the disc assessment, which is almost the same thing. So like a driver is the, God, I don't remember what they call it. Pilot. These are based off of like ET's
shout ET Carl
ETA,
CJ,
yeah,
what's
and
up?
their flight assessment. So like an analytical is the air
Ground
traffic
screw.
control.
Oh, yeah.
Air traffic control. Expressive is flight attendant. The driver is the pilot, and the amiable is the grounds crew. Yeah.
There it is. So yeah, step one, self-assess, figure out your love language. You're gonna write down your goals, your gifts, all that good stuff. Step two, let me flip the page on them. Wow. Step two is going to be building your team. And this is centered around, obviously, if you're building a house, unless you got it like that, you don't want to be building the house by yourself, right? You got to want maybe a carpenter in there. Maybe you're going to have a plumber, some painters, some interior decorators, whatever you need. You need your team. So this kind of goes through the same process per goal. Who do you need in your life to help you get to that goal, both friend-wise and also professional help, all right? Step three. I drew a cool little picture over here. You're not gonna be able to see it, but
you were into the drawings. That was nice. I didn't actually draw anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was drawing. Megan did little drawings. Vern, I saw you drawing a little bit. It's just cool for different people who learn in different ways or maintain different information different ways. You know, boom, draw a little something, something. Step three is the hardest part for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe the most important part, and this is like construction, right? So when you're building a house, you need to lay the bricks, you need to hammer the wood. I don't know, I don't build stuff, but I assume you're building, you're constructing. So we're going through what are the habits that will help you build the amazing temple or castle that is yourself, right? So every day, what can you be doing? Every week, what can you be doing? Every month, what can you be doing to get you just one step closer to that big, beautiful, amazing goal that you set at the beginning, right? And then lastly, yeah, I got another picture there. There you go. And then lastly is the after repair value, the ARV. So when you are complete, when you are done with all of your goals, when you completed all your habits, what does the after Devon Temple, the after Sinclair Castle look like? How do you feel? What are you able to do? What are you able to give to other people? All that good stuff, right? So, Queen, how did you enjoy the under construction retreat, or how did you not enjoy it? I don't want to sway you either way, you know.
This part of it, or in general?
Let's do both.
I really enjoyed the kind of filling out the booklet as a group, because we do talk about these things all the time. So I think being able to do it with a group, not only do you learn about what other people are trying to do, you learn about their personalities, like you said, their love languages and things like that. But it also, like, when we were able to share resources, like when we, especially when we got to like the habit building section and things like that, it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm trying to do this, and learned about new apps you can use to schedule posts and things like that. So I think being able to give, because we did have different social styles, we did have different love languages, different personalities, different backgrounds that were represented. So I feel like being able to do it as a group was really cool, just to get those different perspectives, and get different advice. Everybody was really open to advice, which was cool too, because obviously you're able to get advice from, again, different perspectives, but then also you're able to give advice, like even on like something that you may not even necessarily know about. Like, I know nothing about the logistics or transportation industry, but I do know about this, maybe look into this or that. So I liked the group aspect of it, I think, the most. That was really cool. Yeah,
love it. And then overall, it was a vacation / retreat. So I mean, we woke up and did this. Listen, y'all, on the schedule, right, on the quote unquote schedule that we had, we were supposed to be doing these every morning at about 9:30 or 10 a.m. There wasn't one day, not one day that everyone woke up and we did it on time. But I do appreciate that everyone did do it. Well, not everyone did it, but most people did do it each day. So that was fun. It may have been at 12 o'clock. It may have been at 2 o'clock, but we got it done. Because we were also still having fun. It was New Year's. Y'all know what goes down for New Year's. So, people were waking up a little bit later. But I think it was a great kind of combination of what we usually do on vacations, right? The fun stuff, but also the like kind of like conference type stuff. Like how can we actually self-develop? How can we have these conversations? And it didn't feel too overwhelming to where it felt like we were working the whole weekend. It was like hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Daniel led some workouts. Shout out to Daniel. So yeah, it was dope, man. I don't know.
Fun. It was really fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, shout out. Let's do it again next year. Apparently next year we're supposed to go to Africa.